welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is JJ, and 6 months ago I set out to challenge myself to completely transform my life in just 6 months. So we're now at the 4 month mark, and it's time that I sat down and did a check-in on how things are going. This is probably going to be quite a yappy video, so get yourself comfortable, get some snacks, hot drink, whatever you need. I'm just going to be talking through what my goals were, have I achieved them, and what I really need to focus on in these last 2 months so that I can achieve all my goals of changing my life in 6 months. I feel like a lot has happened in these 4 months already. I think I can already kind of see a lot of areas in my life that I could say, yeah, my life has changed. So I'm feeling really positive at the moment, but also at the same time, there are still a lot of goals that I haven't quite ticked off. But that's fine, because I think one thing that I've learned throughout this whole thing is that progress is not linear at all. Like, sometimes I have weeks where I'm just hitting so many targets and goals, getting so much done, and then other times I have weeks where the anxiety takes over and nothing gets done. But it's fine, just you got to keep moving. So if you have also been making changes in your life, feel free to tell me in the comments below how you're getting on. I love to hear it. Okay, so I don't want to yap for too long, so let's just get into it. So if you haven't seen my original video where I laid out all my goals for the 6 months, I recommend going and watching that now. And if you did watch it, I'm just going to do a quick recap here because it was a while ago and we all need a reminder. So I split my goals into 8 sections: relationships, home, health, personal appearance, finances, careers, hobbies, and spirituality. So for relationships, I had just come out of a 6-year relationship, and I really wanted to focus on my own self-love, improving my sense of self-worth, healing from the heartbreak of everything that had happened, and just really embracing the single life and learning to feel comfortable and safe and secure being single and kind of living on my own and fending for myself and all that good stuff. So for home, I downsized from my apartment that I was sharing with my ex and moved into this, which is a room in a shared house. I really wanted to figure out what I wanted to do, like where I wanted to base myself, whether I wanted to move abroad or whether I wanted to move somewhere else in the UK. I signed this lease for 6 months, which is kind of where the 6 month challenge came from. And my goal was to basically figure out where I'm going to live at the end of that 6 months. For health, my main goals were to look into getting my eggs frozen and to get a diagnosis for my ADHD, which I'm very, very sure that I have. For personal appearance, I wanted to have a little glow up, rediscover my personal style, and just feel more comfortable in the way I present myself, regain my confidence really. My financial goals were to pay off my credit card debt, save money, and to increase my income streams. I think I specifically wanted to create 3 new income streams, if I remember right. So for career, I wanted to start some new businesses, grow my travel blog, and start YouTube and grow this YouTube channel. For hobbies, I really wanted to try some fun new hobbies. I was in a stage of my life before where I was just working all the time, and I wanted to have a more balanced life where I made room for fun and play. So as part of that, my goals were to take on some new creative hobbies such as DJing and music production. I also wanted to try some like active hobbies that would get me like out and about and potentially meeting new friends through those hobbies as well. I also really wanted to make some new friends in my local area because apart from my ex, I like literally don't know anyone who lives here. So that was one of the goals with the hobbies. I was thinking like go to a class, make friends, that kind of thing. And then finally with spirituality, I really wanted to improve my skills with tarot reading, and I wanted to get into a daily meditation practice, and I also just wanted to pray more often. So that's a recap of the overall goals. And then in my last check-in, which was my 2 month check-in, which you can go watch here, I set some mini goals for these 2 months that have just passed. So let's just do a quick recap of those. Basically, I wanted to step things up a gear while still prioritizing rest and self-care, but also I really wanted to get back into working full-time because the previous 2 months I'd spent a lot of my time resting, recuperating, recovering from burnout and heartbreak. But yeah, my goal for these last 2 months were to really step that up a gear and start focusing on my career more. So to do that, I wanted to grow my blog traffic. I wanted to start doing UGC work. I wanted to start a new business. I wanted to grow my pet sitting side hustle business that I had just started at that point. and I really wanted to grow this YouTube channel and hopefully get monetized. I think I also set a goal of like posting on Instagram as well and being consistent with that. I wanted to maintain my boundaries around not working too much and not getting back into that kind of hustle culture, which led to my burnout. To do that, I think I talked about implementing weekly well-being days and just having a really balanced life between all this like fun stuff and growing my career. I wanted to create a sustainable morning routine that would set me up for the day, and I wanted to start strength training at the gym as well as trying some more active hobbies, make a decision on the egg freezing, and I also really wanted to stop skipping meals. That was a really big problem I was having kind of in the run up to Christmas and around January, where I was just getting myself so anxious that I wouldn't eat. So I really wanted to stop doing that. As for relationships, I was still focusing a lot on my self-love and my self-worth. I think I had kind of gotten, I'd done a lot of healing with the heartbreak stuff, and I think I just wanted to get more into a place where I was just focusing on loving myself and improving my relationship with myself. I also wanted to make some new friends because I still hadn't done that at that point. And I think I hadn't started many hobbies at that point either. So I think one of the goals I set for myself was to start DJing. Okay, so now we've recapped all the goals and you know kind of where I was at before. Let's get into it. So I'm going to break this down by talking about each category in turn and telling you my wins and my struggles over the last 2 months for each of them. Let's start with relationships because I feel like this is where the majority of my focus has gone these last 2 months. I've made some really great progress. I've been doing my life coaching, I've been doing therapy. I also read an excellent book by Tam Carr called Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers. Amazing book, highly recommend it to anyone who struggles with self-worth or self-love. That really helped me. Life coaching has helped me tremendously. um, I just feel like I've made so much progress and so much like personal growth. I've done a lot of inner work. I've, yeah, I've just really nailed it in this whole category. My goal was to, have more love for myself and to just feel better about myself and to detach from my previous relationship. And I feel like I've done all of that. I've been working really hard on healing my anxious attachment style. And I say healing it, I feel like having an anxious attachment style is kind of a lifelong thing. I think there's always going to be stuff that like triggers you. I don't think you can shift from one attachment style to another. But the key is to learn the skills to manage when that anxious attachment style does get triggered. And I think that's what I have made some huge improvements on. I was really struggling before with like focusing on things to do with my ex, who was still very much in my life, and his behavior was kind of influencing my feelings and how I was feeling about myself. And now, yeah, I just feel like I've detached from that. I don't know what to say other than therapy and life coaching are amazing. If you have access to either of them, 100% go for it because, yeah, it's definitely been life changing. It's hard to explain in all the ways that I feel it, but I just feel like I've made so much personal growth. And I think other people have noticed it as well because people have been saying to me, like what are you doing differently, you are glowing. And I don't think they just mean that I'm glowing like in my personal appearance. I think there's like an inner glow that's coming through because I'm just so much more happier now. Another thing I did that really helped was I started using ChatGPT to help me with my detachment. And I actually asked it to write me a detachment plan. And whenever I did feel like my anxious attachment style was being triggered, I would just get out my phone and just talk to ChatGPT and be like, hey, how would a person with a secure attachment react to this scenario? And it just really helped me to work through things, and it gave me some really like good affirmations to repeat to myself and some little tricks that I could use when I was feeling triggered. And it was just helpful to kind of have that in my pocket when my therapist or my life coach weren't on hand. So that's a little life hack that I would recommend. But yeah, I'm so proud of this, and I feel like I've kind of hit my goals with relationships more so than any other of the categories. It's when I think back to how I started, I was so heartbroken, I was so depressed, and now I'm just like, it's only been 4 months and I'm a whole new person anyway. So yeah, that was my wins for the relationship categories. The struggles, I would say the only struggle that I had is that it took up a lot of my time. Like I feel like I was still working on this goal more than any other goal, and there was a lot of focus being put on it, which then took away focus from some of the other categories. So I am hoping moving forward in the next 2 months that that can just be on the back burner and I can just shift all that energy and focus onto my other goals. I also didn't make any new friends. I can't remember if that was in the relationships category or like the hobbies category, but I still don't have any new friends in my local area, but I have spent a lot of time like nurturing my relationships with my existing friends and my business friends. I've done a few like co-working days and some networking. Um, and then I've just made a lot of time for like family and gone back home a few times and visited friends there. So I think like my social life has been good and I do have a lot of friends. I just still don't have any friends that live 5 minutes down the road. So that's something to work on. So let's talk about home. I don't feel like I've made any progress in this category. My only wins that I have for this is that I started a specific savings account, like a high interest savings account, and I've been putting money into that specifically for the goal of moving abroad one day. Um, so that's something. I feel like that's a baby step towards the goal, but I think I have come to the realization that attempting to move abroad in like 6 months was very, very ambitious, especially since I didn't even know where I wanted to move. I do think I have an idea now of where I want to move. I'm not going to tell you just yet because I might do a whole video about it in the future. It's also, I've looked into a little bit of like the visa process and things like that, and I think it's going to be a little trickier to get a visa than I had originally hoped. It's not always easy to get visas when you're self-employed. I thought that it would make it easier, but actually I think it's for this particular country, I think it's going to make it harder. But also the whole thing is like really overwhelming and maybe it should be a goal that gets stretched to the end of the year. I mean, who knows? I think it's just something that I'm going to have to just keep taking these tiny baby steps towards and just understand that it's yeah, I'm not going to be moving abroad in the next 2 months, let's be honest. So, with health, with my ADHD, I'm still waiting for the referral to the specialist to come through. They did send me like a questionnaire to fill out, so I sent that back to them. Now it's just a waiting game. So, there's nothing really more I can do there other than I've just been learning about ADHD a little more and I've just been trying to be more accepting of the way that my brain works and try and figure out some like little hacks to help me be more focused and more productive, but at the same time not beating myself up when I'm not working in like a neurotypical way. Just becoming more accepting of that. I think that's like a win in itself, even though it's like it hasn't made any like help to my productivity as such, but just being accepting of the fact that I'm not going to be super productive all the time. I am going to get distracted sometimes. I am going to have these days where it really flares up. I think just being aware of it and being accepting of it is like half the battle. So that's a semi win, I guess, even though not really much has happened there. Also, health wise, this kind of fits into the hobbies category as well, but I have been really consistent with my hot yoga. I've been going every week, absolutely love it. Have definitely seen some results in that I'm feeling a bit more like toned, more flexible. It's also great for my mental health, honestly. It just really helps me to just again, it helps with the ADHD. It helps me to calm my mind and to, because sometimes my brain feels like there's 100 tabs open at once, and it helps me to close some of those tabs. So, still really into yoga. Also, started another active hobby, which is ice skating. Only done like one lesson so far, I think. But yeah, really excited for just to see how that's going to go and how it's going to turn out. I'm kind of thinking it's going to become like my new hyperfixation. I really want to start ice hockey as well. Like I've just got it in my head that I don't know. I feel like a contact sport like that would be really good for me. But obviously I'm still like Bambi on ice at the moment, so I need to get a little better at the ice skating before I move on to the ice hockey, but it's a little idea that's there in my head, and maybe it'll work out. We'll see. For the meals, I've definitely improved this. I just needed a system in place. So I started using a meal delivery service. So now I always have meals in my fridge, which you just put into the microwave. So it's cut down on all that stress of like having to decide what to eat, having to go to the grocery store, having to cook, and all that. And so on the days when I'm feeling anxious and like, because the problem I was having was there were some days where I was so anxious I literally didn't want to leave my room to go and like go to the shop and get food and then to cook it and all that stuff. So I just wasn't eating. But now I know that I've got these meals in the fridge all the time, and if I need to leave my room to make food, it's literally just for the 3 minutes that it takes in the microwave. It's it's really solved a lot of my problems. Like as much as I loved cooking, and I do sometimes miss some of the recipes that I used to make and things like that, but I think overall it has just really helped. I've also noticed that I've lost weight as well since I've been eating more, if that makes sense. I think, and I've talked about this with like my fitness coach before, but I think it is like sometimes when you skip meals, your body goes into like starvation mode, and then like just your metabolism slows down, it hangs on to fat and all that sort of thing. Whereas now that I'm eating more and I'm eating healthy and high protein meals, yeah, the weights just come off without me even trying. Like it sounds kind of counterintuitive, like, and I didn't like, my goal wasn't to lose weight, like that wasn't really ever one of my goals, but it's been a nice side effect. My goal was to just eat more because I knew that it was really bad that I wasn't eating. So I'm really glad that I am eating 3 meals a day now. Most days. Some days I still skip breakfast, which is really bad, but most days I am eating 3 meals a day, and it's just improved massively from where I was before, and I feel a lot healthier for it. And then my final health win is that I've implemented a morning routine that really works for me. Again, I think this was kind of like an ADHD thing where before I was trying to kind of follow all these like perfect morning routines that people on the internet were suggesting. And I realized I needed more of like a pick and mix kind of approach. So I created like a little morning menu almost. And it's just a list of like good healthy habits that I can do in the morning. And I just pick how I'm feeling in the morning, and I pick the ones, I just like pick from that list based on how I'm feeling that morning, basically. And it means I don't have to stress about ticking every single thing off the list. It doesn't become just another like chore. It becomes something that I actually enjoy doing. And if I just want to do one thing, like the bare minimum, then that's still a win. Or if I want to do everything on that list, then that's equally a win. And yeah, just being less rigid with myself has really helped. So the only thing that I haven't been doing consistently with the morning routine is waking up at the same time. I tend to just kind of, again, see how I'm feeling. Like quite often I'll wake up at like 7, but some days it'll be the night before and I'll be like, do you know what? I don't want to set an alarm for the morning. I just want to wake up naturally. So some days I will do that. And I haven't quite decided yet whether that is a good approach or whether trying to train my body to wake up at the same time every day is a better approach. So that's something that I'm kind of thinking about at the moment. I might try waking up at the same time every day and see if that makes a difference, if that makes me feel better or makes me feel worse. If it makes me feel better, great. If it makes me feel worse, then I'm going to go back to waking up intuitively, because I don't know, as much as like you hear all this like 5 a.m. club and like, get up early and do stuff, like it doesn't work for everyone. Me personally, I am very much a night owl. I'm very much at my most productive in the evenings. So if I want to take a slow, lazy morning, why shouldn't I? Like, I don't really know. I don't really see like the benefit of getting up at like really early every single morning. I would rather just listen to my body. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling now, but maybe I will. Maybe I will try getting up early every morning and see how it feels. So the struggles I've had in the health category are that I still have not made a decision with the egg freezing. I've frozen my decision making. I literally like, I had that consultation and then I've done nothing. I've done nothing with it. I have not made a decision either way, whether I want it or whether I don't. I'm just stuck. I think what is holding me back, well, one is the money. I'm going to be real honest with you, because it is about 7 grand and that is a lot of money. And I am, right now, I would rather focus on paying off my credit card rather than spending more money. Um, So I don't know, maybe the egg freezing will just get put on hold until my credit card is paid off. I don't know. I think I'm not feeling quite so urgent about it. I think at one point I was feeling really, really urgent about it, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm 34, like I cannot leave this any later. It needs to get done now. Whereas now, I've seen a lot of women online who have like posted about like their pregnancies in their late 30s or early 40s, and it's made me feel a lot better. Like, I follow a few people who are like having their first kid at like 43 and things like that. And yeah, it's just made me feel like, okay, maybe it's not too late for me. Like, maybe there isn't quite such the rush that I think there is. Yeah, so I think I'm slightly creeping towards the decision of paying off my credit card first and then revisiting the whole egg freezing idea. But there are other times when that kind of like that fear of time running out creeps in. So we'll see. And then another struggle I've had is with being consistent in the gym. I'm really good with like my hot yoga and my walking and kind of being active in those ways. I'm not so great at like being active in the gym. I had a couple of times where I tried to go to the gym and I tried to do my strength training workout, and I just got so anxious that I had to leave. I don't know what it is about the weights that makes me anxious, but it does. I just feel like I'm a complete beginner and like everyone is staring at me and judging me, which I'm pretty sure is not true. Everyone's doing their own thing. No one cares about you really. But yeah, it just got the gym I go to is really busy as well, and that doesn't help. Like, I get a lot of sensory overwhelm in the gym as well. The last couple weeks, I've been more consistent with going, but I've just been doing cardio. I have not done any strength training. I think I completed like one strength training workout this whole 2 months. So that has been a big struggle, and that is definitely something that I need to work on. I need to just get over that fear, I guess. Okay, personal appearance goals. My big win for this is that I've been having so much more fun with fashion. When we last checked in, I had done a big wardrobe clear out, purge, whatever you want to call it, gotten rid of a load of stuff, organized all my clothes. That has been amazing because I thought that to experiment with my fashion, I would need to buy a load of new clothes. But since doing the whole wardrobe thing, I've been able to experiment with the stuff that I already have. The only new piece of clothing that I've bought is a pair of jeans, which is a weirdly big deal for me because prior to this, I did not wear jeans for about 15 years. I've just never been a jean girl. So I've been trying to find different ways to style those. I've been having fun with that. I have started wearing much more flattering clothes for my figure. I think when I was like in my previous relationship and when I'd had a bit of weight gain and I was feeling just generally feeling crap about myself all the time, I went through a bit of a stage of just wearing like very big baggy clothes. I've gotten rid of a lot of those, and now I'm wearing stuff that's like more fitted and just more flattering. I'm experimenting with colors more, experimenting with accessories, and just making more of an effort to like do my makeup every day and to get my hair looking nice. I found a hair color that I really like. I do want to experiment with my hair a little more though. I bought a I don't even know what you call it, a waver, like a thing that makes your hair wavy. So I will try that. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out because I do have really thin hair, which is the issue. But I'm excited. I'm excited to play around with that. And I've bought a few new sort of lipsticks. This is like the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip kit. So I bought that and tried that out. I've never really tried like lip liner before or like a lip kit. So I've been experimenting with that. I've just been having fun with it really. And I have gotten compliments. Like I said, people have been telling me, oh my gosh, you look amazing. And I think it's a combination of things, but I think one of those things is that I am experimenting with my fashion a little bit. And another win for personal appearance is that I got a new tattoo. I'll show you. A little skateboarding dino. His name is Pablo and I love him. So the only struggles I've had in this category is that I do actually want to buy more clothes. I just want to recreate some of the outfits on my Pinterest board, so I need to buy some new clothes for that. But I just can't justify spending the money at the moment because I have my other big financial goals, which I'm working towards. Spending money on clothes just doesn't align with those. So yeah, I'm struggling with that a little bit. Like, that's something that will be fun to do in the future, but I think it's just not a priority right now. So, for finances, I did a lot of work to get my finances in order. I started budgeting and using a ton of spreadsheets. I separated out all my like personal and business accounts. I started new savings accounts. I set up saving pots for different goals. So I really, really like just had a big overhaul of my finances and really got super organized with that. I also actually like hit some of my savings goals. So one of my savings goals was to save up for some DJ decks and to get DJ lessons, and I hit that goal. There were a few other savings goals that I hit as well, like little ones, to be honest. But yeah, I hit them, and that was like a nice little treat. Oh, and then another very, very, very big win is that I've paid off one of my debts. Like, my debt wasn't huge anyway, but I've now gone from having two credit card debts to just the one. So now I can take that money that I was putting in. So I was putting in like £120 every month into this one that I've now paid off. Now that that's paid off, I can take that £120 and put that on my other debt so that I'm paying that one off even faster. I'm really proud of myself for doing that. I think that was a big step. And then the struggles that I'm having with finances is just, I was doing really well up until like the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, I have gotten out of the habit of budgeting and going through my spreadsheet. So I just need to like pull it back in and get myself back on track with that. So I've had some big wins in the career section, because I know last time we did a check-in, there hadn't really been much movement in the career kind of goals. I've been focusing on like the self-care and the rest and the healing from burnout. I'm feeling so much better with all that stuff now. So these last couple of months I have really been able to step it up a gear with the career stuff, which is what I wanted. It's not perfect, like it's not where I want it to be, but it's definitely an improvement on where it was before. So I've been starting a new business, and I'm currently in the process of getting that all set up. I've talked about it on some of my vlogs, but I think I've been really cagey about it. I don't think I've actually explained to you guys what it is just yet. I think I'm ready to tell you. I think it's about that time. So it is a membership for women. It is a place where basically I just want to create like a safe space for women to connect with each other, to form genuine friendships, to find people that they can travel with. As you know, like my background is I'm a travel blogger, and I blog a lot about like solo female travel, and I love to travel just by myself and things like that, but I'm very, very aware that for a lot of people that is just a step too far out of their comfort zone. They don't feel safe traveling alone, and that is more than valid. Like, that is, yeah, there are a lot of places where it simply isn't safe. But equally, the idea of like signing up for a random group trip is also kind of scary. So I just wanted to create a space where you can be in this membership, and we can do like virtual girls' nights, and we can have group chats and meetups and events and things like that. And then we can also have these organized girls' trips that we go on together. So it's like you have your travel buddies there, and you've already gotten to know them. You're not meeting them for the first time when you sign up for the trip. That's my idea for this business. I'm so excited about it. I'm excited about it as a business, and like, obviously the potential for profit and things like that, but I'm more excited about it just as a community, and like I just really want to create this safe space for beautiful, genuine connections. And I just have this vision in my head of what it's going to be like, and I think it's just going to be such like a beautiful, like inclusive, caring, kind place for women to hang out. So that is something I have made big moves towards. I've done market research for it. I've spoken to people. I'm getting so much good feedback from it. I think it's a service that is needed. I think there is a genuine need for it. I think there is a gap in the market for it. I think people will be excited for it. Um, yeah, and I've just been making small moves towards getting it set up, and hopefully in the next 2 months I think I'm probably going to launch it right around the end of this 6 month challenge. So it's going to be my piece de resistance, my grand finale, I guess. Yeah, I'm excited about the moves I've already made. I'm excited about the upcoming moves that I'm making. Yeah, this business just feels so aligned for me, more so than anything has in the past, even my travel blog, to be honest. I just have this feeling like this is it, like this is the one for me. This is like a calling, and it's just something I need to do. So I'm excited to share that with you guys more in the future. I have been vlogging the entire process of that business. It's really reignited my spark for creativity and for creation and things like that. And it's definitely got me back into the flow with work where I was really struggling before. I'm feeling very like uninspired. Yeah, this is just like it's set that spark alive in me again. The pet sitting business has also been doing really well. I think when we did our last check-in, I'd literally just started it. It's been great. I've got a bunch of regular clients. Next month, I've got like about £600 worth of bookings lined up, and it's nice to have that bit of extra money coming in because I really do think of the income from my pet sitting as just like extra, so it can go straight into my savings or straight into paying off my credit card, which is really nice. And on top of that, though, the best thing about it is just like the impact it's had on my mental health. Like, I've always loved animals, so being around other people's animals is it's just brought like a joy into my life. It's like filled a hole that I didn't know needed filling. I've just gotten so emotionally attached to all these people's pets and all my regulars. I have some of the cutest dogs ever that I look after, and I just genuinely enjoy seeing them and spending time with them. Um, yeah, it's going great. It was such a good idea, and I'm really glad that I started it. In the last 2 months, I got one UGC client, which I didn't even do my portfolio. It was my goal was to like update my portfolio and stuff. I didn't do that, but I had one client just reach out to me organically. Like I didn't pitch them, they reached out to me, and I took that on. So I kind of feel like that's a win, but also I should have updated my portfolio and like pitched a bunch of other people because one is nothing really. But that was nice. It was nice that I got that one. I think YouTube is going really well. I've gotten in the habit of posting consistently over the last 2 months. My videos have been like some of them have done really well and others have completely flopped. I genuinely don't know how the algorithm works and like what gets picked up and what doesn't, but I'm super grateful for like every single view, honestly. I'm getting really close to getting the required watch hours for monetization. Um, but the subscribers have not caught up. So I think I'm on about 165 subscribers at the moment, which is amazing and great, and I'm so, so grateful for. But I'm almost there. I'm almost at the 4,000 watch hours. And I think that's because I just make really long videos. Like, I am a yapper, so a bunch of my videos are like an hour long. So I think that's just why I'm getting the watch hours over the subscribers. But yeah, that's kind of my next goal is to kind of figure out what the hell the algorithm wants from me basically, and what videos are going to do well and what ones aren't, and then to figure out how to get more subscribers. But I'm amazed that it's even gone this well in just this short amount of time. Like I really only started posting consistently 2 months ago. The one thing with that is I do need to get better at editing faster because I'm so behind. Like I'm filming this video now at the beginning of March and I have no idea when you're gonna watch it. Okay, and then the career struggles. You'll have noticed I have not mentioned my blog because I just haven't been doing it. I started kind of updating some old posts, but then I just got things just took over with like everything else really. Like I've been spending so much time on editing YouTube videos and on launching my new business. I'm a new pet sitting business and that my blog has really taken a back seat. But it's on the one hand, I'm like, my blog is the thing that makes me the most money, so really it should be getting my most attention. But also on the other hand, because it's just passive income at this point, there's like a lack of motivation to actually do anything because I know that it's just there and it's just doing its thing and it's just bringing in money without me doing anything. So then I'm not motivated to do anything, if that makes sense. Whereas I have more motivation to work on the YouTube because that's not bringing me in money and I want it to. I feel like that's a really backwards way of looking at it, but that's just how my brain seems to be working at the moment. So basically, I've made no progress on my blog, and that really needs to change. My goal was to create 3 new income streams. So far, I've only created one, which is my pet sitting business. Obviously, I'm kind of like in the middle of creating my second one, which is my memberships I was talking about earlier. So even though I haven't completed that goal yet, it is well on its way. And then the third income stream, which I guess was going to be either UGC or YouTube, neither of those have like come to fruition yet. You could say that I've been working on the YouTube. The UGC, definitely, if I want to make that an income stream, then I need to put more work in with that. So I've only got 2 months left to create 2 new income streams basically. And I know one of them is like well underway, and hopefully if all goes well will come into being. But yeah, I need to figure out over these next 2 months how to get that off the ground and then also make another one so that I can hit that goal of 3 new income streams. And then my final struggle for career is that I've just been struggling a little bit with like structure and routine. I tend to just do things as and when I want to do them rather than having like set working hours or set routine. I said that I was going to implement like well-being days. Instead, it just like every day is a well-being day, like because I just do whatever the fuck I want. I don't know. I Part of me is like, oh, maybe trying to force myself to have structure and routine is counterproductive, and maybe I should just keep working in this like intuitive way. And then the other part of me is like, you really need to just get it together. Like, just have set working hours, make your life more easy. I don't know. I will keep trying with that one. Okay, so my wins for hobbies. As I mentioned before, I'm still very much into my hot yoga. I've been really consistent with that. That has just become a part of my life now. And I've also started DJing finally. I'm really enjoying it. I've only just started, to be fair, and it took me ages to actually figure out like how to get it all set up and like get it talking to my computer and all that sort of thing. But I've been playing around with it and I think I'm getting to grips with it, and yeah, I'm really excited that I've just started basically. I'm excited that I bought the equipment. I've made that commitment to actually teach myself how to do it, and yeah, I'm happy with that. And then I also started ice skating, like again I mentioned earlier. I'm so excited about that. Like, it's literally all I can think about. Definitely going to become an obsession of mine. So I've made big progress because last time I had made zero progress on the hobbies. So I'm really glad that I've made more progress, and I'm definitely starting to feel it now that I'm just having more fun in my life and having more balance. I've also bought like some festival tickets and concert tickets for the summer, so I've got stuff to look forward to in that respect. I definitely feel like my life is less all about work or all about just self-care and healing and personal growth and all that. Like there's a fun element to my life now which was definitely missing, and I'm so glad that I've incorporated it. And I think it's just making me a happier, healthier person. And the only struggles I've had with my hobbies is that I still have not finished any of my crochet projects. So I'm just at the point now where I'm like, maybe crochet just isn't for me. You know, maybe I just don't have the attention span for it, which is crazy because I have so many. I'm like looking over here because I have this giant stack of yarn over here that's just sitting there. So I should probably make a decision about whether this is a hobby that I want to keep or not, because it's taking up a lot of room in my room. Spirituality has been going somewhat well, I think. I've definitely gotten back into the habit of doing sort of quite regular tarot card readings. I've been improving my skills with that. I even took some time to teach a friend how to do it, and then that made me realize, like, oh, actually, I do have more skills than I thought I did. So, yeah, it's been nice to be getting back into that. I've also started learning astrology as well, which has been really interesting and just like another fun little thing. I know not everyone like believes in that stuff. We all have different beliefs when it comes to spirituality. Some people are more religious than spiritual. For me, I am quite spiritual, I would say, and I believe in a lot of the like woo-woo stuff. That's just me. But yeah, it's been nice to get into that more and to reconnect with that. It does give me like it helps a lot with my anxiety, I think, and it gives me a sense of purpose and just more inner peace. And yeah, I'm really glad to get back into it. It's also kind of a fun hobby, like the tarot cards. Like, whether you believe in it or not, it's fun to do. The struggles I've had is mainly with the meditation. Like, I've been meditating here and there, but I just cannot get into like a routine with it. I cannot make it a habit or a part of my daily life. I've been really struggling with that. The only time I consistently meditate is during yoga. Like, they always finish it off with a meditation, so I am at least doing that once a week, and then sometimes I'll do my own little meditations throughout the week as well. I've started EFT tapping, and I know it's not really a spiritual thing, but just because like meditation makes me think of it, but like I've found that that really helps in kind of the same way that meditation does, and I've been doing that a little more consistently, although still not as consistently as I would like. And the same with the praying. I do it as and when. It's not a daily habit or something that it's part of my like routine yet. Does it need to be? I don't know. Maybe doing it as and when I feel I need to do it is enough. I need to stop yapping now because my microphone is running out of battery. So, yeah, that's giving me a little incentive to wrap this up. So, let's talk about the goals coming up for these final 2 months of the challenge. So, I think the biggest goal for these next 2 months, and like the kind of overarching theme of this whole challenge, really, is that I want to maintain a sense of balance in my life. I think that is really the key to my happiness and to my inner peace. I think that is what was lacking before and what led to me feeling like I needed to start this challenge. Um, I think balance is the key. So I really want to just maintain that. I really want to balance work with hobbies and making time for fun and making time for rest and relaxation and self care and for healing and growth and all those things, but then also having time for friends and just incorporating this all in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming or doesn't feel like, oh, I've got stuff to do here, I've got stuff to do there, I'm rushing here, there, and everywhere, I've got a million things to tick off the list. Like, no, I just want things to feel like naturally balanced, and I think that's the key to a happy, healthy life. So, with that in mind, here are some specific goals. So I think the key kind of goals from my original list that I haven't ticked off yet are making a decision about the egg freezing. One way or another, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? I just want to make a decision. I really, really want to get back into strength training. I'm going to really fight to keep my anxiety at bay at the gym and to just get it done, just get the workout done. I'm sure once I've done it once or twice, I'll feel so much better about it. I just need to do it. Get back on track with my budgeting. So I've let that slip over the last couple of weeks, but that was really going well. So I need to be back on track with that and, keep putting money in my savings, keep paying off my debts, just keep that all ticking along basically. I want to obviously launch my new business, create a couple more income streams, get my blog back on track. Blog and Instagram, get back on that with those two specifically. I have really not been focusing on, so they need to be a focus for the next 2 months. And then I need to make an effort to expand my social circle. Like, starting this new business and membership is obviously going to help that because the whole point of it is like to help people make friendships, so I can also make friendships there. But I do really want a friend that lives locally, so I do need to put myself out there more and make that happen. So those are kind of like the big goals. So a few like mini goals that I want to set. I really want to start dating again. I didn't think that I wanted to during this 6 month period. I thought that I was going to keep it all about myself and like focusing on my own self love and self growth. But I really think I'm at a place right now where I can start dating again. So I think that's going to be a goal for the next couple months, is to, I guess, make a dating profile on one of the apps. I do not know which ones are the best ones to go for. So maybe help me out with that in the comments below. It's scary because you hear a lot of like dating horror stories, but I think I'm ready. I'm ready to take on that challenge. So another mini goal is that I want to learn some more makeup techniques and like hair techniques. Like I mentioned earlier, I bought the hair waver. I want to try that. I want to buy some more makeup, experiment a bit. I really want to learn how to do eyeliner. Like, I have kind of like a hooded eyelid on one side, so I think I need to look up some tutorials for like how to do winged eyeliner on a hooded eyelid. But that, again, that's going to be a fun challenge. So I need to officially launch my new business. I guess that's quite a big goal, really, but I'm going to set that as like a mini goal as well. I just need to do that final push. I want to do a brand shoot for it and like get all the promo materials ready for the launch. I need to finish off the website and then I just need to launch it. So, not too much to do when you really think about it, but also like the launch is kind of like the biggest, scariest part. But yeah, I just need to do that. I want to continue growing this YouTube channel, being more consistent. I think it's going to be really exciting to see where it's at by the end of this challenge. I really want to catch up with all my editing and get it to the point where I'm posting kind of more in real time and not several months behind where I am at the moment. I want to create that third new income stream, whether that's from UGC or monetizing one of my social media channels or something else completely different. I don't know, but we need to think of what that third income stream is going to be and implement that. Either finish some crochet projects or get rid of all this yarn that is taking up all my space. I want to record my first DJ set, start waking up earlier and see whether that is a good fit for me or not. Like, I'm not convinced it will be, but I want to at least try it. And I really want to meditate. I want to set myself a goal of like meditating for like 30 days in a row. Is that too much? I don't know. But if I set it as a challenge, I might be more likely to actually follow through with it rather than just saying something wishy-washy like I want to incorporate it into my daily routine. Like, no, if I just say like, right, this is the challenge and you're going to do it, you're going to meditate for 30 days straight, that might give me a little kick up the butt to actually do it. And yeah, I think that's about it for goals. Like, I definitely I feel like there's still a lot of like the big ones haven't been ticked off, but I just feel like I've done so much over the last few months and I'm already in a completely different place. Like, I'm already, I look back on like that first vlog I did where I was sat here crying about like how much I missed my ex and like how I didn't want to like live in this room in a rented house and all that stuff. And like, I'm a completely different person already. Like, I've just made such huge progress just in how I feel about myself, I think is the main thing. I'm just feeling a lot happier these days. The new hobbies have helped. Having dogs in my life has helped. The life coaching, the therapy. It's my new approach to life, like this balanced approach and the not working myself into burnout and to just actually like be more accepting of what my body wants and my body needs and resting and, you know, taking the time for self-care. It's just like a new mindset and I'm like a whole new person, really am. And I think other people have started to notice it a lot lately as well, which has been great. So yeah, the next 2 months are just about closing that remaining gap between where I am now and where I want to be and like hitting some of those really big goals. Launching the new business is just going to be, it's something I'm so excited about, and it's that I think is really going to be the thing that's going to make me be like, oh, yeah, I did it. I changed my life. If I get into a new relationship as well, like that will be completely different. Bringing in those new income streams, like, yeah, if I can hit those goals, I think I will be able to say in 2 months' time that I have changed my life for the better. I think I can already say that, but like, I just want to now take it even further. And yeah, like, I'm in such a good place right now, and I hope that comes across in the video. And I hope you guys have enjoyed kind of seeing my progress up until this point. Obviously, I'm going to keep vlogging over the next 2 months and you can keep following along, and I hope you're getting something out of it, like some value for you. Please tell me in the comments like what you've got going on. I love to hear from you. This whole journey has been such a wild ride so far, but one of the biggest things about it that I'm so grateful for is that I picked up my camera and documented it. I'm not always happy with all of my vlogs. Sometimes I'll be editing a vlog and I'll be like, this is so boring. Like, I'm literally doing nothing but like sitting in my room and working. But like, I don't know. I think one day I'm gonna be able to look back at this period in my life and just be like, oh wow, I did that. Like, that was a crazy time in my life and I'm glad that I documented it. What am I even saying? I'm just rambling now. I hope this makes sense. I hope you've enjoyed the video. What I'm trying to say is thank you for following along this journey with me and for giving me a reason to document this point in my life, I guess. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please let me know in the comments if you've been doing your own journey or if you are inspired to start your own journey. And if you're not subscribed already, what are you waiting for? As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.